Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, Anita Finley.
I'm here today with Gwen Herb, who is a good friend of Anita Finley's. And I personally was recently made aware of Gwen Herb and her affiliation with the WomenHeart organization. It's a national coalition for women with heart disease. And hi, Gwen.
Hi,
welcome.
Dan.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Now, tell me more about this Women Living with Heart Disease support group. I see that it's at the Christine E. Lynn Women's Health and Wellness Institute. What can you tell me about that?
Well, I can tell you that it is a support group that educates, and we meet once a month from May until October.
Okay.
And what we do is we bring in speakers to educate the women on their problems. The National Coalition actually is out of Washington, D.C., and it's been probably started in 1999. And it is mainly to go ahead and advocate and to educate women, because women for the past probably couple decades have gotten up to where the men are as far as dying from heart disease.
Yeah.
Right now there's like 43 million of us women that are survivors.
Right.
And
as you are.
As I am. And my story is that as a speaker and as an author, the career that I chose made me very nervous, and along with it raised my blood pressure, and I didn't realize what it was doing, but I'm out there educating women to know their bodies and know what their numbers are as far as the blood pressure. And at one of the meetings, I was very surprised because I advocate to get a wrist type of a blood pressure cuff, and to monitor your own, that you know you can use it on the wrist as well as the upper arm.
Right.
And blood pressure should be probably around 120 over 70 or 80. And I was experiencing as high as over 200, which is definitely stroke type of numbers. And I have been medicated for years, and I found out through the WomenHeart that perhaps it might be a good idea to get a second opinion, which I did. And the doctor went ahead and changed my meds, and I'm happy to say for the past 2 months, my blood pressure has been normal. So I hope to
thank goodness.
Get my speaking career back on line.
Right. Now, when did you start having these difficulties?
I probably have had it all my life.
Longer than you thought.
Right, and didn't realize I had high blood pressure until probably in my 50s and when I had my annual exam.
Okay. Yeah, that's why
and
it's...
some of the recommendations are for women is once you're aware that you have a problem, is to go ahead and watch your weight and definitely exercise.
Right. I would imagine, too, limit salt intake. I mean,
the
there's
salt
a lot.
intake is very, have a Mediterranean diet.
Right,
which
right.
is lots of fruits and vegetables.
Sure. You know, I think most households have a thermometer where you can take your temperature if you're not feeling well, just to get a sort of check on what's happening on the inside. But I really believe that a blood pressure monitor is a relatively inexpensive item that you can get at Walgreens or CVS. I happen to own one. I've had for years, and do occasionally take my own blood pressure. And it's really an important thing. Of course, you can go into Publix and Walgreens, and they have the blood pressure machines right there. You can take your own blood pressure right there. I'm pretty sure that it's no charge. But it's a very important thing, isn't it?
It is. And I am under the medication as well. On one occasion, I was over medicated, and I was on a flight to New York. And all of a sudden, the passenger next to me noticed that I had passed out.
Oh,
that
no.
my blood pressure dropped too low.
Right.
And so when I got back, they recommended possibly being checked. And so now I have a pacemaker.
Oh,
and
okay.
that eliminates it from dropping too low.
Yeah, thank goodness. That can be
Right.
scary. That can be downright scary.
Especially on an airplane.
Oh, sure. When you're surrounded by strangers and you usually don't realize right away what's happening until after the fact. So
Yeah.
it's not like you can prepare yourself and make sure that you're sitting before you fall to the floor. My dad recently had a pacemaker put in, and for the same reasons.
Well, my dad had one put in when he was 100 years old.
Oh my gosh!
My father lived to be 101 and a half, but he had nothing else wrong with him.
Isn't that
he did
something?
have high blood pressure, which he took medication for, and he had a prostate, which a lot of older gentlemen
Right,
have.
right.
But other than that, and his secret was really working out. He enjoyed working out, and he did that daily.
Right.
It'd take him to the Y, and he'd work all the machines, and he loved to swim. So I think the secret is finding something that you enjoy
Right.
doing.
Sure.
And it's really all about exercise and your food intake.
Right.
It's watching what you're eating, and they always say moderation, but lots of fruits and vegetables,
Right.
lots and lots of water too.
Now, I'm looking at a press release here from November, and you became a WomenHeart champion after graduating from the prestigious annual WomenHeart Science and Leadership Symposium at the Mayo Clinic. Is that the Mayo Clinic in Florida?
No, that's the one in Rochester, which was
The
a
original.
very unique experience.
Right.
It's a wonderful facility, and it's been there for forever, since actually the late 1800s. And people that have very serious problems go ahead and attend. But they are the ones that are responsible for educating the WomenHeart educators, or as we're called, champions.
Okay.
And our job is to educate our community and the people on heart care.
Right. Well, that's you're one of 50 women from around the country, and 50 women meaning champions. Is that right?
Yes.
All heart disease survivors who were selected from a nationally competitive application process to attend a 3-day symposium and return home as a leader to educate and advocate on the issue of women and heart disease, the nation's leading cause of death for women. So this is quite an honor, Gwen.
Well, I really was very, very pleased to have been chosen and to be affiliated with the Boca Raton Regional Hospital and the program that they have with the Christine Lynn Women's Health and Wellness Center. It's a wonderful facility, and for anyone that hasn't been to the new Women's Center, it's outstanding, and they offer all kinds of programs to educate women on all various types. We also have Tai Chi, which is good, and the yoga at the Women's Center.
That's great. I was recently talking to Monk Weinrow about Tai Chi, and one of the common consensus was that one of the most important things in the healing process is to have a clear mind and to have the proper mindset, because it seems that mind plays a huge part in the healing process. And so I'm delighted actually to hear that Tai Chi is one of the processes that one would go through
Yes.
towards better health.
as well as the yoga, and we have classes on meditation. The next one will be listening to sounds like chimes.
Oh,
It makes the mind very, very, very calm.
right.
Everything that's good for the mind is good for the heart.
Right, absolutely. Well, this the Women's Heart Association, or I should say, is that right? The Women's Heart Support Group meets every second Thursday of the month from 1:45 to 3:00 p.m. at the Christine E. Lynn Women's Health and Wellness Institute, Phyllis Sandler Center for Living Well. And the address for that is 690 Meadows Road in Boca Raton, Florida, 33486. Again, that's 690 Meadows Road in Boca Raton. To learn more about WomenHeart, please go to www.womenheart.org, and you can get more information there on the National Coalition for Women with Heart Disease and the Christine E. Lynn Women's Health and Wellness Institute about that support group. So now you mentioned that there was this press release says that there was a competitive application process. How did you come about finding out about this?
Because the Women's Center has had this support organization for the past. They have an alliance with the national one. There's only about 50 hospitals in the United States that have an alliance where, and this is a very, very prestigious opportunity that the hospital had to offer this to the to women, seeing that heart disease is such a major problem, more so than breast cancer. We hear so much in October on breast cancer, but heart disease kills twice as many as breast cancer.
That statistic never ceases to amaze me. It's a frightening statistic, but it's one that we really need to be aware of. And thank goodness to groups like WomenHeart. It's important to get all the information that you can. Now, this takes place at the Christine E. Lynn Women's Foundation. Is that part of Boca Raton, the regional
hospital?
Right. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, whereabout is, in relation to the regional hospital, whereabout is this
just about
building?
Right next to it.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
It's a beautiful new building.
Terrific.
Right.
So,
Let's see.
You said that I have one of the things that I have here is that you were a speaker, author, and certified laughter leader. I like that. I picked that up off of your website. But so you sort of had to put your speaking career on hold to get through this health crisis, and you're certainly doing well. Now, you mentioned that you may go back to the speaking engagements, or what can you tell us about that?
Well, Anita Finley and I go back many, many years.
Right.
We were both in real estate, and after 25 years of real estate in Boca Raton, I decided that I wanted to do something different and search my passion, and my passion has been health and fitness.
Okay.
So I decided that what I'd like to do is speak to various organizations on looking good and feeling great at any age. And I have been doing that for about the past 15 years. I'm also an author. My book is Looking Good and Feeling Great at Any Age. I had an opportunity to do a chapter with Deepak Chopra and Billy Blanks. And I have been a member of the National Speakers Association, Florida Speakers Association, and speak to many of the organizations in and around our area, trying to improve women's health, whether it be the heart or the osteoporosis or colon cancer or any of the various things. Also, I also believe in looking good because I'm also a fashion model. and
okay.
and also I love clothes, so that's my real passion.
Right.
And in order to look good, you have to try to maintain weight, which is so hard for us once we reach 40. I
Yeah.
have just turned 78 this year, and but don't feel any older. But
Right. Right. It's all it's all a sense in your mind, and it's just, again, it's having a good healthy mind,
Right.
and the rest will follow.
right.
Isn't that
I
true?
always say I don't care how old I get as long as I look good and
Right.
feel good
Yeah.
at every age.
The heck with everything else, right?
Right. And it certainly pays to feel good.
Right.
So many of us have aches and pains
Sure.
and various things, but I really do believe in exercise. I
Mm-hmm.
personally do Pilates and the yoga and a lot faithfully do my stretches every single morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I also believe in humor. Humor is positively the best exercise, and the best health thing that we can do is
Right.
keep a positive attitude. And I was teaching laughter exercises as well to
Really?
Alzheimer patients. And it was a lot of fun. I tried to get them to participate, but they really enjoyed watching me jump around and do silly things.
So by laughing exercises, I'm trying to imagine in my mind, was that just like you sit around telling jokes, or you actually
See,
teach?
jokes. Not everybody thinks the same joke is funny.
Right,
See,
of
you
course.
might offend someone.
Yeah.
So laughter exercises are doing silly things as a group, like jumping up and down, walking on hot sand, and going,
Oh, okay.
ho, 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 and just
I
really,
see.
really silly things. And you laugh because the other people look so ridiculous doing it. And it just gets everybody laughing, and you feel so great. And,
Yeah.
And the program is a World Laughter Program. And I
That's
kind of put that on hold, too, because that was raising my
Sure.
blood pressure. And
I would imagine so.
But
Well,
hopefully I have my blood pressure under control now. I found a wonderful doctor, cardiologist, and I can now hopefully speak. So if any organizations are interested in a speaker for WomenHeart, they can check the website
Okay.
under WomenHeart, and there's 2 or 3 of us that would be happy to present a program to the organizations.
Okay. Well, that's important, and we'll mention it again. The website is womenheart.org. And for more information or to RSVP for the second Thursday of the month, the support group, you can contact Rhoda Kitzes at 561-235-5515 or Nancy Edelman at 561-289-8975. And I'll mention those numbers again in a few minutes. Now, the every
Or
second...
they can call me too, Dan.
Oh,
if
okay.
they like.
How do we get in touch with you,
And
Gwen?
my name is Gwen Herb, and the telephone number is 561-716-1161.
Terrific. Yeah, thank
And
you
I
for
also
that.
have a website. You can Google Gwen Herb, and that will also come up.
Okay. Is that GwenHerbSmartHealth.com?
Yes.
Is that your website?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this support group meets every second Thursday of the month at the Christine Elam Women's Health Center from 1:45 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What exactly is this support group for? What is the purpose of this support group?
To not only educate, but give support to the women that have experienced heart problems. We give them the opportunity to tell their stories. They can compare stories and get the support of the other women.
Right.
And to bring in speakers, we have the best cardiologists that come in and present programs, mainly support.
That's hugely
So many
important.
times people, when they have heart disease, they really feel like they're alone with this. And it's wonderful to be part of a group of caring individuals that understand what you've been through.
Right.
And everybody has a different story.
Sure.
And I feel blessed that I just had high blood pressure and I didn't get a stroke or I didn't have a heart attack.
Right.
So many of these gals, we have one gal that's on the waiting list for a new heart. So it's quite the stories, and many of them misdiagnosed because the doctors are always looking for symptoms that the like typical that the men have, like the arms stiffens up like that. But women can have pains in various parts of their bodies.
I heard one of them was jaw pain, believe it or not. And one would think, well, what the heck does the jaw or pain in my jaw have to do with the heart? But that is one of the warning signs.
It is.
For a heart attack.
Right. And fatigue and putting on a lot of weight.
Now, see, I would never have guessed that. But I think the important thing is, as you had mentioned earlier, was that you were you're having the physical. And that was when a lot of things came to light. And I think that's the key word, is having regular health checkups. It's very important. Not just as we get older, but I think at any point in our lives, it's important to have a doctor take a look at us at least once a year, preferably twice a year, and things like blood pressure and other issues will get uncovered.
Right, diabetes is one of the causes. And the other thing that I had learned at the Mayo Clinic, they test for sleep apnea when they have heart patients because so many people do have sleep apnea, and that is one of the causes of heart problems.
Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Well, if you want to learn about living with heart disease and speak to other women who are going through similar issues with heart disease, now, can you bring a buddy along with you to one of these?
Oh, please do.
Okay, because I know sometimes it's hard for someone to walk into a new group like this with a room full of strangers, and you don't feel comfortable, and you don't necessarily want to share your own medical history with just any stranger. So you would recommend bringing a buddy with you,
and
a family member.
Everything that's said is confidential as well, and you can bring a family member. Because sometimes the family member, being a support and a caregiver, will understand and learn and help. And they say it's important, too, when you do go for your examinations, to bring somebody along that can, because you get excited when they tell you various things, and this way they can take notes and ask the right questions.
Right. It's always important to have that second set of ears. Because if you're under pressure and stress like that, you don't always hear everything that you're being told, and you don't remember. So it's good to have that second set of ears with you, you know. Now, is this support group strictly for women?
This is for women.
This particular group
definitely.
is? Yeah. Okay. But if you have a husband that you would like to bring along with you for moral support, is that
certainly.
Okay? Okay.
Certainly.
I just wanted to make
we
sure.
Love men. We love men.
Oh, good. Well, that's, again, the Women Living with Heart Disease Support Group is every second Thursday of the month from 1:45 to 3 o'clock p.m. at the Christine E. Lim Women's Health and Wellness Institute right here in Boca Raton. The guest speaker for the group coming up on January 12th is Sunny Arfa, who will be speaking about heart tune-up, raise your vibration with sound. And Sunny Arfa is an author, educator, and life coach who will help us relax our minds and bodies with the power of sound. That's fascinating because It's not, it's kind of one of those intangibles. Obviously, you can hear sound, but to use it in healing is a fascinating concept. It says here, raise your vibration in every cell and enjoy listening to different sound healing instruments like crystal, singing bowls, and the gong. I bet that's going to be quite a meeting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Do they, let's see, learn how to stop worrying and get control of your mind so you can enjoy the now? That's great. Now, what, it sounds like an incredible meeting. What have they had similar things like this in the past?
We had the Tai Chi instructor, and he went ahead and showed us various techniques and told us all the various health benefits of Tai Chi, as well as we've had the nurses from rehab discuss the different rehab programs that they have from recuperating from a heart problem. Just various programs, and one's more interesting than the next.
I bet. A lot of good information. And now, is there any charge for these support groups?
No.
There's not, so
no.
that's even better. Takes the stress away from having to pay for something.
Right.
But that's, it's the most important thing that you can take away is that you can get support from other women who are going through the same types of health problems that you are. And it's you probably get the best information that way by speaking to your peers who are in similar situations. And, well, Gwen, it's certainly been a pleasure speaking to you about this, and I'm so glad that we had a chance to do this today. For more, what was your contact information again, if anybody wants to give you a call?
Okay. It's Gwen Herb, and my telephone number is 561-716-1161, and my website is Gwen Herb Smart Health, or just Google Gwen Herb, and all kinds of interesting things will come up.
Good. Well, thank you for that. And again, that's every second Thursday of the month from 1:45 to 3 o'clock at the Christine E. Lim Women's Health and Wellness Institute. That's the WomenHeart Group. And thanks for joining us.